There we go. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Good morning, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us for our Indiana ESC School Food Co-op meeting. Want to do some quick introductions here for our ESC team. My name's Pat Haney, and I am the executive director here at East Central Educational Service Center. Amber and Larry, can you introduce yourselves? Then we'll turn it over, and then we'll let our friends from Northern Indiana introduce themselves.
Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, hi, I'm Amber Lear, newly hired as the member engagement specialist with the East Central Service Center. So happy to be here today.
I'm Larry Williams. I'm the tech coordinator here at East Central.
Sarah, go ahead.
Sure. My name is Sara Williams. I'm the Director of Food Procurement here at Northern Indiana ESC.
And I'm Don Harmon. I'm the Executive Director of the Northern Indiana and Northwest Educational Service Center.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And again, thanks for joining those who are joining live, as well as those who will watch this later. And I'm going to admit one more person in. Make sure Casey makes it in. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in here. So first of all, for those of you who are joining, we never want to assume that everyone has a complete understanding of the Educational Service Center world in Indiana. So this slide is to give a little bit of background information on that. There are 9 educational service centers in Indiana. And we are here, our service center in East Central Indiana is a 14 county region. We have 38 member districts and 4 associate members. And also, we're joined on the call today by our colleagues in Northern Indiana, NESIC, as they would call Northern Indiana Educational Service Center, and Northwest Educational Service Center. So Region 6 and 7. And obviously, here in East Central, we are Region 4. So educational service centers have been around for a while. They started in the 70s via legislative action, although most of them were actually organized and developed in the 80s. But the legislation that really drove that in the Indiana Code is so that schools, local school corporations can cooperate, share programs and services, which they cannot individually provide, but collectively may implement or and more importantly, can implement more efficiently with cost savings and operational efficiencies as well. I think a great part of the Service Center story in Indiana is that over 90%, last I believe I heard 93% of the public school districts in Indiana are members of a regional ESC. Although there is no mandate to belong to a service center, as well as no additional funding provided. So it is incumbent upon us to demonstrate a return on investment and a value for our districts belonging to the service centers and continuing to maintain their membership. So also zoom out a little bit broader, service centers operate in some way, shape, or form across 44 states. And a recent article from the American Association of School Superintendents called Educational Service Centers Among the Best Kept Secrets in the K-12 System. So they have a lot of different names, but a common mission, enabling schools, regardless of size, to collaborate, share resources, decrease costs, and extend educational opportunities to students. So here at ECESC, we have kind of 4 buckets of work that we really prioritize. We are deeply involved in career-connected learning and career coaching. We had 950 middle school students here yesterday for a career exploration event. Also, we're often known for other student experiences like our Star Lab or our STEM experiences. We do a lot of professional development for teachers. Work-based learning coordinators will be here a little bit later today for a community of practice. And today we're talking about one part of that fourth column there, cooperative purchasing. So we do work in cooperative purchasing with cooperative contracts, vendor partnerships. We have a natural gas consortium and a food service co-op. So today we are leaning in and focusing in on that food service co-op. This was some of our by the numbers last year. We had almost 2,500 middle school students come through our interactive career coaching experience and another almost 500 through the mobile experience. Hundreds more at career fairs and STEM events. We work to help support youth apprenticeships in our region. And as I mentioned, we host a lot of educators for PD. Over 850 last school year, and we're really excited because after this week and next week, I think we'll be over 500 already this year. So pretty exciting. Lots of good stuff happening this year. I won't dive into all of that, but just wanted to give a little bit of a broader perspective on the service centers and a lot of those things that we talked about are very similar for our other service center friends like Northern Indiana and Northwest. But also the neat thing about service centers is they really are responsive to the needs of their region. And sometimes those services look identical and sometimes they take on, just the regional flavor of the districts that they serve. So that's a little bit of context, but as before I turn it over to Sara, who is the star of the show today, I just want to mention that our service centers collaborate together in a variety of ways. This particular food service co-op is a collaboration of 5 educational service centers across the state. We are thankful to be a part of the co-op and to partner with Northern Indiana and Northwest, Wabash Valley, and Region 8. And this is a free benefit for schools that are members of our service centers. So with that, Sara, I will turn it over to you. And we appreciate you taking time to talk to our members about the co-op today.
Sure. Thanks, Pat. So I just have a quick summary slide here of the benefits of membership for the ESC co-op. We have over 90 school districts that are members of our co-op. And so by combining all of our volume throughout those members and the 5 ESCs, we're able to save more money because we have a larger volume. Saving time is a benefit for you. We take care of the procurement processes and the documentation and provide those resources to you so that you don't have to do that work. And we also provide support. I've been a food service director for about 15 years now, or worked in school food service in some capacity. And so I'm happy to help when people have questions just related to the program in general. Pat, if you want to advance.
Oh, so sorry. That's right. I still have a job, don't I?
So these here are the food service contracts that we currently have procured for our members. For our main distributor, we have HPS as our group purchasing organization with Gordon Food Service as our distributor. We also have a produce contract with Piazza, bakery with Alpha Baking. For our milk contract, we have multiple contracts just based on where schools are located. We have DFA, Pleasant View, and Prairie Farms. And when we do that bid, each school is able to evaluate the bid for themselves and decide which company that they want to award to. We also have a snack and beverage contract with Commercial Foods. We have a point of sale contract with Titan and Mosaic. And then through Central Indiana ESC, actually, we can offer a smart systems contract for the SFS PAC side of their business. We have many other benefits for our members. We have monthly co-op meetings. This year we have, I think, 6 of those are scheduled to be in person, and then we have a couple on Zoom. We schedule to hear from different vendors and brokers. We taste and have a form to rate and let the vendors know how well the products are accepted, and if we're interested in those. It's a great opportunity to network with your peers. We do offer a virtual option on Zoom if you can't make it in person. And I do offer on the agenda a spot for tracking PD hours if you'd like to use those hours from the meeting towards your professional development. And then all of the materials from our meetings are available on our members only website. So this here is our meeting schedule for this school year. You can see there we have some watch party meetings. We've started these this year, just working on getting it to take off here. We, since our service center, or since our co-op covers such a large geographical area, we developed these watch party meetings in some of the southern areas for directors that may not be able to or want to travel toward the northern part of the state of Indiana, to offer them an option to be able to get together and network with each other, and they Zoom into the meeting that is taking place at the other location. We also have our annual cafeteria staff day out. This last year we were in Chesterton. This upcoming year we'll be in Syracuse, south of Goshen area, so we try to move it around. With that, we usually have a keynote speaker. This last year we had Ashley Morena. We offer other professional development hours, such as we had one of the field specialists from the DOE speak, and someone else speak on food safety. We've had a chef do demonstrations in the past, and then we also have a food show that is part of that as well. Other virtual training opportunities that we've offered in the past, point of sale demonstrations with the companies that we have a contract with. Would do demonstrations for trainings on the ordering and reporting aspects of our different vendors' website. We've had trainings on equipment procurement. During procurement review season, I offer office hours to help directors fill out their procurement review tool and find the procurement documentation that they need for that. And then, as I said before, our monthly co-op meetings are available virtually as well. Another resource that we offer is a weekly newsletter. So I create these and send them out each week. They have upcoming meeting information, information about past meetings, notes and things like that, information about our virtual trainings. And then I try to include information from our vendors, our distributors, if there's any updates. Other educational information I include in there, and reminders about things like, hey, don't forget to do your after school snack site review in the first 4 weeks, and things like that. And then we also have the members only website, which I was going to give a quick tour of that if that's okay, but
Yep, I'm gonna make you the co-host right now, Sarah. Sorry I didn't do that before.
Okay.
So I will stop sharing my screen so you can share yours.
Okay. Okay, so this is our co-op members website. So access is only given to the members of our co-op for this, but we have several resources available here. So I have a contacts page where we have all of our co-op members contact information here. And then I also list out contact information for the companies that we have contracts with, as well as some others, like for food brokers, if someone would need to reach out to them, or also equipment brokers. I get a lot of questions about procuring equipment, so I keep this on here so that directors can use this as a resource to know who to reach out to for these things. On the meetings page, this is where I keep all of the information from our co-op meetings for this year, and then I have last year's on here as well. So since our September meeting just was completed, I have all the materials here from that meeting. So anything that any of the brokers sent to me, presentations or anything like that, I have included here for directors to refer to. This is useful for procurement documentation down the road. Also, just being able to refer to it if you have any questions or anything, it's useful in that regard. I do keep, I save all of the newsletters that I send out here in case anybody wants to look back at those or refer to those at some point. Our procurement documentation is available here. I have included a folder here at the top for schools that have their procurement review this year. And I've put all of the information that they generally need to send in to the state for that there. And then I also have all of our information here for our contracts for this year. So I have our members co-op agreements available to them here, and all of the award memos for all of the contracts that we have, as well as the department information is with that, and then all of the paperwork to go with these contracts that we have here is available to members here. I try to make it as organized and easy for them to use as I can. And then on the last page, I just have some resources for, my goal is to try to provide resources for directors, especially those that are new, may not know where to go all the time. So just some go-to websites for companies that we have contracts with, and other useful websites and resources there. Does anybody have any questions before we go back to the presentation? All right, I'm gonna stop my share then and turn it back over to Pat. Well, see where we're at on them.
There we go.
Okay. One other thing that we offer as a service center is a food service director mentorship. So us here at the Northern Indiana ESC, we have 4 members of our food service department. We contract with our some schools up here, but what we can offer for schools that are a little bit further away from us is a mentorship for new food service directors. We meet once a week virtually with them, and we provide guidance throughout the whole school year on all the things. I listed a few here that we can help guide them through and teach them how to do it, help walk them through it, answer questions. And that is available for an additional fee if schools are interested. But we have 4 directors that we contract with right now, and we get good feedback on that program. I did include this slide here. One way that ESC co-ops are different from other co-ops in Indiana. So all of the co-ops have administrative fees built into many of the contracts. For the ESCs, those administrative fees go back to the service centers to support the schools in other aspects that you heard about earlier from Pat, the other things that the ESCs are able to offer for our schools. Some other co-ops in the state are not tied to an ESC, and those administrative fees are generally just going back to the administrator of their program. And then I just included my contact information here, and Pat's is here as well. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help however I can.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Sarah. I appreciate that.